Awesome, Casey. I'm so excited to do this with you.
Thank you so much, Erica. Oh, to be here is like an absolute dream. They talk about life being a journey, not a destination. This is definitely a milestone for me. It just means so much because it is, for me, the epitome of progress,
Oh,
actually getting somewhere with this business living thing. Yeah.
totally. Yeah. Well, we were just chatting a little bit behind the scenes, and we'll kind of dive into that in a minute. But do you want to just tell people what you do and yeah, tell us a little bit about the work that you do?
So, I am an intuitive energy healer. I'm really very, very passionate about people actually achieving the transformation they want to create in their life.
Amen.
Right. I have for a long time was very, very, very disappointed with people having ideas and never getting anywhere with them. It was just always conversations always naturally sort of gravitated to but what are you doing? And everyone's like, nothing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, come on now, let's do. So that's why I've created um the work that it is that I'm offering to people, where I enable people to be able to break through their resistance, unleash their power, and accelerate their life. And I do it in 3 easy steps with my program Bold Manifested that I have birthed as a result of working with you on Soul Business Accelerator, which has been phenomenal.
Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. I will have you share at the end where people can find you. But were you doing this work when you came into Soul Business Accelerator, or tell us a little bit about where you were at when you came into the program in your business?
When I came into the program, I came in as somebody who was still very determined to create um, a service that was going to be of use to people. Um, the work that I do harnesses the power of the Akashic records, which is something that I was inspired to learn more about as a result of having my own reading done. I came to having my own reading with the Akashic records done because after 10 years of, trying to create success within my cake business, which is what I was up to at that time, I got into a point where I was feeling very, very despondent, very, very disempowered, very, very disencouraged. And even though I'd had success, it was just a hard slog. Everything was just so, so hard. And I was convinced that it's just not meant to be this hard. Life is not supposed to be this hard. I don't care what people say.
Agreed.
Everyone's always up for the hustle and the grind. I'm just like, I don't believe it. I
I don't
think we're
either.
supposed to be enjoying our time on this earth,
Yes,
you know,
ma'am. For
and
sure.
right?
Absolutely. Yes, we did not come here as souls to like slave away and
Yeah,
die, because we're just like holding all of our dreams in. I mean, whatever. That is not why we're here. Like we have
exactly.
gifts, we have medicine, we have, yeah, like we have our work that we're meant to share with the world. And I think that's why there's so much anxiety and depression, is because so many people are just slaving away and accepting their reality as it is, and they just don't have to do that.
Yeah. And that's exactly where I was. And I was just trying to find any way to get a different answer because I was just like, I just don't believe it. I
Yeah.
don't believe it's meant to be this hard. And that's when I came across the Akashic records for myself, had my reading done. My mind was utterly blown by the information that was shared with me. And I was like, this is it. This is the path. This is the way. I love what has just been shared with me. And I don't believe a word she said. So I'm going to go. It's really pretty and lovely. I love what she shared with me. I don't believe any of it. I'm going to have to go and investigate and discover for myself. And that's what took me on a path of learning more about the Akashic records, the information that's possible as a result of delving into them. And I was like, yeah, I love this and I want to find out more about this for myself. I want to learn how to be a reader for myself. And that took me on that journey. And so when I came to Soul Business Accelerator, having, switched up exactly how I was doing life, I ceased my cake business
Yeah.
because I realized it simply wasn't in alignment with who it is that I am.
Right.
Um, and I wanted to take this information that I had learned and this new enthusiasm that I had for life and this new determination that I have found a way that enables you to understand how you can create a life that is smooth and enjoyable in an effortless way, because I don't believe it's supposed to be. I found a way, guys, and I want to share it with you. So when I came to Soul Business Accelerator, I came with an idea, but I was at ground zero, starting all over again. You know, I had nothing but an idea and the determination that perhaps Soul Business Accelerator is going to be what enables me to gather up this idea and put it out into the world in a way that's going to make a difference. And most importantly, without having to use social media. That was my big
Yes.
thing.
Yes, just sayonara social media. I know it's
Yeah,
like the worst.
that was my big thing. And that was the thing that really drew me to Soul Business Accelerator, because I was like, I don't like social media.
Yeah.
And again, there's 9 ways to skin a cat, right?
Right.
I don't believe that it has to be this is the way. And it's so funny
Right.
because being on the program, being in Soul Business Accelerator has really given me the confidence that social media isn't the only way. So now when I go and I share with people what it is I'm doing, and I say to them, I'm experimenting, is how I describe it. I'm experimenting with building this business um in only a way that I love, not doing anything that draws energy from me and leaves me listless and leaves me dissatisfied. And that's what social media does. So I'm experimenting with building this business to a very, very successful height without social media. And people actually turn to me and say, oh, so brave.
I know, right? I
They say,
know.
so brave. No
Yeah.
social media, like what? No Instagram, no Facebook,
Yeah.
no
Yep.
TikTok.
Yep.
Really? I'm
I
like, none of
know.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, amazing. Well, and then if you could share a little bit too, we were talking before we started recording. You and I have both invested in programs that promised the world and did not get results. So, what has been your experience inside of Soul Business Accelerator?
What has been so phenomenal about this experience um, is actually being able to generate results.
Yeah.
As I was sharing with you, when I started my entrepreneurial journey like 10 years ago, um, and you're trying to find a way, you're just trying to find the best way that you can connect with as many people as possible so they can learn about what it is that you do, and so they can, to avail you of your services. It was a little difficult for me because I had a cake business, which is a product-based business, and there was just lots and lots of programs that are out there that were very service-based, right? So immediately I'm thinking, I've just gone into this whole thing all wrong. They do say that if you knew how hard it was to actually create business, you would never go into it, but you never find that out until you've actually quit your job and now you're doing it full time. At least that was my experience. I remember I was already 3 months out of my job. I used to be in media. So I left a very, very, very comfortable, cushy job within the BBC to go and create my dream. And I was already 3 months in when a friend of mine said to me, how many cupcakes do you have to sell to pay your rent? And I did not know the answer to that question. So
Wow. Oh my
I was
gosh.
already failing, right? And then I was just like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to get as much help as I can. And I'd heard somebody say that they had spent $10,000 on programs and such like. And I was just sitting there in my naivete being like, oh my God, like, how do you even do that? 10,000 from where? Like, why are you spending so much money on all these programs? Surely if they're working, you would spend a fraction of that and you'd be making $10,000.
Right.
Well, I am 10 years along and I have spent that kind of money
Yep.
to gather
Absolutely.
the information, to fill the gaps where I felt like I didn't know what I was doing. And if I do this program, this is going to give me the knowledge that I need. Oh no, that didn't work. Maybe this program would give the knowledge that I need. Oh
Yep.
no, it didn't work. Maybe this podcast. And something else that used to really frustrate me, and it had me in tears, was taking on programs that were designed for service businesses and then being told, oh, but you can adapt this to a product business. You can. And then finding out, no, I can't.
Yeah.
No, I can't. It's not the same experience at all. Or maybe I could, but I just couldn't find the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, when I signed up to Soul Business Accelerator, it was a real gamble for me in that regard. I was like, this is probably the most I've ever invested in myself.
Yeah.
And that's also the dichotomy as well. It's
Yeah.
you buy more and more and you invest more and more. I remember when the first program I bought was a couple of £100, and I was like, oh God, how
Yep.
do I? So now, we spend more and more,
Play
and
a bigger game.
yeah, as you get through and generating less and less result. just getting more and more frustrated. It gets to the point when you're like, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll sell my car, I sell my house. If
Right.
you can open up that crack me open in that way that just makes me suddenly the world's best entrepreneur, I'll pay whatever it takes.
Yeah.
So coming to Soul Business Accelerator, it was like, all right, we're going to try this again. We're going to spend the most we've ever spent. We're going to, learn from the lessons of the past, and we're just going to pray to goodness that this is the one. And from day one, it was a markedly different experience. And I'm
Mhm.
so, so grateful that you created this program. It's sensational. It really is. Remembering that I came in with just an idea.
Yeah.
And from day one, I was able to get into action in a way that actually made a difference,
Yeah.
without all the bells and whistles, without a website, without an audience,
Yeah.
without any of those things that we're told that we have to have. So we spend, I really got um that knowledge that you shared. Listen, all those other ideas, they work, when you've already got a business. you know
Totally. The funnels, the ads, the social media, right. Yeah. But how do you get to where you're getting the clients initially? Yeah.
exactly. And so that has been for me the biggest aha moment, actually being able to be in business from day one. A very,
Yeah.
very different experience for me. And I'm pleased to say that the guarantee you
Yeah.
can make your money back within this program, I reached that milestone. And yeah, yeah, thank you so much.
That is
And
awesome.
yeah, so for the first time, this program has given me the experience of actually being in business rather than being in an expensive hobby, which is what
Totally.
my entrepreneurship journey had been like before that point. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then the nice thing is it's a case of rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. It's not like, okay, I've gotten here. Now I need to recreate all these things every single month. It's like, let's do four things 4,000 times instead of 4,000 things four times, And I think the focus and the repetition and the non-negotiables, it just makes such a huge difference.
Absolutely. And I can say all that having not even completed all of the modules yet. You know,
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're still in the program, right?
absolutely. So I'm
Right.
still very much in the beginning aspect of this journey. So to have been able
Right.
to already have made back double my investment,
Yes.
having not even completed all of the steps yet, you
Yeah.
know, um, experiencing myself actually delivering my program,
Yep.
having happy, happy clients at the other end of it,
Yeah.
and still knowing that there's still so much scope there. Oh, I'm thrilled and beyond thrilled, beyond
I love
thrilled.
it. Casey,
Yeah.
that's just amazing. What do you think it was that was like the biggest either breakthrough for you or the shift or the insight or the aha or like what got you from the zero to the double back your investment? What was it?
Honestly, I think it was as simple as being able to the formulate my service, formulate my offering,
Yeah.
right?
So
Going through
important.
that process of creating the outline, the
Yeah.
way that you take your clients through the steps, your students through the steps, how do you actually create a service? How do you create an offering?
Right.
Um, was so simple and yet so very, very impactful that at the end of going through creating that outline, I could really see um, how I was going to be able to deliver what I was delivering. And on top of that, then creating the outline for the workshop. Okay, well, how do I now go out there and bring people in? Those are the two pillars, I would say.
Yeah.
Very, very clear formatting. Like this is how you do it. So over time, for sure, I've slightly adapted and blended to suit myself. But that initial, this is how you create your service, this is how you create your workshop, then now you can go out into the world and actually share with people.
Yeah.
um Really big needle shifters for me. And also that real secret ingredient of how to speak to people you already know, how to speak to your contacts, to get referrals. Because actually, like I say, I haven't gone through all the modules yet. All of my business so far, that doubling of the investment, that's just come from referrals
Yeah. So
from
great.
my from my from my contact book, you
But
know.
it's because you finally had something that you could actually take and market and like speak about and bring people in. Yeah, that's what everybody says. At that point, I think so many people are out there trying to sell something that one isn't going to sell in the market, two, they don't know how to talk about it out there. Three,
Yeah.
people are like, what actually are you offering? Right. So having, I think, a transformational container gives you
Yes.
a focus to what to speak about out there. And that just, that one shift alone makes such a difference for all of us. It did for me, for sure.
Absolutely. And then because you're able to offer something that is unique to you
Yeah.
within a format that actually has value, that you could put a price point on it, that means that we're not just scraping around for small pennies here. You
Yeah.
know, we've created something that is of value, of worth. I was so excited. I couldn't believe how quickly I was able to start charging four figures for my work, which I
Yeah.
thought was going to be like, honestly, I was like, in a couple of years' time,
Oh my gosh, no way. Yeah,
right?
no,
In a
not
couple of years'
happening.
time, I can hit that price point. I was doing it in weeks.
Yeah,
Couldn't
amazing.
believe it. Couldn't believe
Oh
it.
my gosh, amazing. Okay, so your work is so powerful. The records are so powerful. Having an Akashic record reading changed my life. And actually, a lot of people don't know. I think you and I have talked about this. I was also trained. I had such a profound experience with the records that I became a reader myself back in like 2017 or 18. And obviously, I don't do that anymore, but it's a game changer. So, can you tell us where people can find you and connect with you?
I would love that. I could tell you that through the format delivered by the program, I created a beautiful website. Yeah, that is,
Yes.
I just adore it. I every once in a while I capture myself just looking at it like, who made that gorgeous thing? I did. Um,
I love it. Through the S, you made that in SBA using
I
our
made that
templates.
in SBA.
Yeah,
Yes, I
perfect.
did. And by the way, I started with the landing page that you recommended. So I started, sharing and selling my program just using a landing page.
Yeah,
But because I was really taking on this experiment of not building with social media, I wanted to have a beautiful website. So again, following the format within SBA, I created a beautiful website, CaseyClarke.com. That's Kasey, Clark with an E, Clarke. Go ahead, bring it up. Look how gorgeous it is. Um, and on CaseyClarke.com, I share the services that I offer, bold manifested and bold alignment. And I'm so, so thrilled with how well they are going down. One of my clients actually described me as better than therapy. Now, I don't want
I
to say
agree.
that.
Totally. I agree. 100%. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was bowled over by that declaration. I mean, everything's got its place. I'm really not trying to replace medical therapy, not at all. But that idea that you can finally, have access to something that's really going to shift you in terms of your paradigm, in terms of your action. That's the power that I think that utilizing the Akashic records in this way does. And that's what I'm so passionate about. And that's the service that I offer
Yeah.
in my program, Bold Manifested, that you really do understand how to become mastery in your own life on your own terms. And that's what my clients are discovering, and that's what I'm delivering. So yeah, I just think everybody has to find their way, and I'm just really excited to be now part of the conversation that is live your best life, and that's what I'm up to.
Completely. Oh, amazing. Such a light worker in the world and such important work. So yeah, go and check out Casey's website, work with her, have a reading done, join her program, whatever. It's just so powerful. And I think, so many of us are waking up, and we had this conversation a little bit too. And we talk about this inside of Soul Business Accelerator. It's like, we are not here to slave away. We are not here to hate our life. We are not here to be miserable. Like, we came here as souls at this time for a very specific reason. We are here
Yeah.
to bring our work, our medicine to the world. And it's like, no wonder we're going to feel depressed and anxious and miserable and unhappy when we're doing the work that somebody else is meant to do and not our own, right? So the more of us out here on the front lines, the better. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you, Casey.
Thank you so much, Erica. I just honestly, the work you do is mind blowing. It is life changing. Like I say, it's given me opportunity to actually be fulfilling my purpose in a way, in the most swiftest way. And that's the thing for me, the speed within which I've been able to be out here doing my medicine. I will be forever grateful. Thank you so much.
Oh, I love you. Thank you, Casey.